Hello everyone, my name is Ismail and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with a new tutorial for you. Today we are going to talk about texturing this product and creating a leather material using simple techniques. I will be using Substance materials for this. Okay, let's get started. First, I will search for leather in the materials section and I will use this material. As you can see, this is a ready-made leather material, but I want to make some changes. First, I will change the scale. I think a value of 2 is okay. Now, I want to change the color a bit and choose a darker one. Okay, I think this color is fine. Very good. From the parameters section, I will decrease the high value to reduce the depth, like this. Okay. I will also increase the roughness a bit. Now it's perfect. I want to apply this material only to specific parts. I will create a new folder and name it leather. I will put this material in the folder and add a black mask. From this section, I will select the part I want. Now it's time to add details to the work. I will add an HSL filter from the filter section and increase the saturation and lightness. Okay. I will add a black mask and use a fill layer. From the texture section, I will use grunge map. Okay. I will choose this map. I will set it to mask mode so we can see better. I will set the projection to triplanar mode and change the scale. I think a value of 3 is okay. I will decrease the balance. Now it's good. I will also decrease the contrast. It's okay. I will set it to material mode. Okay, you can see the changes now. I want to add more details to the work. I will add a fill layer and turn off the normal emerald channels. I will choose a nearly yellow color and increase the roughness. Then I will add a black mask. I will set the mode to subtract and add a fill layer. From the grunge section, I will select grunge leather. I will change the projection and use a scale of 2. I think 2.5 is better. Okay. I will increase the balance. In this layer, I will add a fill layer and use it for the base color. Okay. I will set the mode to multiply and change the projection using a higher scale. I think it's okay now. Now I will increase the balance significantly and also increase the contrast. Okay. I will decrease these values and enable invert here. I will increase the balance and decrease the contrast. I will also increase the roughness a bit so it's not too shiny and set a very low value for height. Okay. Now I will increase the lightness a bit more. Now it looks great. Okay. I will go back to the materials section, search for leather again, and use this one this time. I want to create some damage effect. I will use a high scale. Okay, this looks great. I will also change the color a bit. It looks fine now. I will increase the scale even more. Now it looks good. I will decrease the height value a bit. Okay. Now I add a black mask and choose a mask from the smart masks section. I think this one is good. I increase the level and also increase the contrast. And I increase the sharpness a bit too. I can increase the level even more. You can see how good the damages look. I can change the color a bit more and make it a little darker. I think it looks good now. You can see these damages and they look great. Okay. I change its name. I add another fill layer and this time I want to create dirt. I turn off everything except the color. I use this color but a bit darker. I add a black mask and use another smart mask. I will use this dirt. I increase the level and also increase the contrast. I decrease the grunge amount a bit and change the scale. I also increase the age masking. Okay. I set the mode to multiply and decrease this value. Now I want to add more details to the leather. I go back to the materials section, search for leather again and use leather rough. I change the color a bit. I also change the parameters. Now it looks good. Okay. I increase the height a bit. This value is better. Okay. And I set the scale to 3. I think it's okay. I add a black mask, and from the Add Generator section, I select a mask editor. I increase the balance and also increase the contrast. I will use a texture for this section. I will use this map. I think it's okay. I increase the texture amount. Raise the curvature a bit. And decrease the contrast slightly. I increase this value and decrease the balance. And I also increase the contrast. I keep adjusting these parameters until I get the desired result. Changing these parameters can affect the quality of the work. I increase the balance a bit more. Okay. I add another generator, add a mask builder, and set the mode to screen. I increase the grunge and contrast. And I can decrease the balance. I try to achieve a good result by adjusting the parameters. Okay, I can decrease this value as well. I change the color again and make it a bit darker. Okay, that's better. I add another generator and this time use Metal Edge. And I set the mode to screen again. Okay, I increase the level amount. I significantly increase the contrast and decrease the level amount. I can also reduce this value and slightly decrease the Metal Edge. Okay. I can lower the level amount a bit more. Now it's okay. I double check these values to get a better result. Now I add a filter, add a shawl filter to see the details better. Okay, I change its name. From here, I can also add a fill and add some scratches. I set the projection to triplanar mode and control the parameters from the section, changing the values. Okay. I change the scale to 2 and set the mode to screen. Then increase the contrast a bit. I also decrease the balance. You can see how well the scratches are created. I want to adjust these values again because I think some areas need refinement. Okay, the leather material is now good and looks great. Now, I want to use the same material for these parts, but I'll apply some changes to the color and texture and add some details. I copy the leather material we created and change its name. I delete the mask and add a new black mask. This time I select these other parts. Okay. I make the color a bit darker. Okay, now it's better. These layers are good. I make the damage layer darker and adjust the edges a bit. I turn off these layers to control everything. I decrease this value to reduce the damage. Okay? I copy this letter again and change its name. I delete the black mask and add a new one, selecting the parts I want. I make the color a bit lighter. Okay. I change the scale to make it smaller. I think it's better now. The number 4 is better, I think. Okay. I also decrease the height to reduce the depth. Okay. I can make the color even lighter. It's better now. I can control the damage layers. Much better. I increase the roughness a bit. Now it's good. I also changed the color here, making it a bit lighter. Okay, better. Our leather material is now okay. I will add some details to it later. I select the metal material from the materials section and apply it to these metallic parts. I add a black mask and select the desired parts. Okay. The height is a bit too much and is ruining the work. I reduced the height a bit. Now it's much better. I also decreased this value from this section. I changed the scale and set the projection to triplanar. I also want to change the color and make it darker. I reduced the roughness a bit as well. Now it's time to go back to the leather material and add the details we wanted. I go to the first leather we created. Pay close attention. I add a fill layer in this section. I make the color a bit lighter. And I turn off the middle and normal and adjust the roughness. I want to add a white color in this section and have a white line. I add a black mask and a paint layer, and from this section I select the parts I want. It's very easy. I do the same for the other side. These extra parts you see I'll remove later. They don't matter now. Okay. Now I set this value to 0 and go and remove these extra parts. Okay, it looks very good now. I add a filter and use the warp filter to change the edges a bit. I decrease this value. Now it's better. I add a fill layer and from the texture section I use a grunge texture. I think this one is okay. Yeah. I change the projection and the scale. I increase the balance and decrease the contrast. I set the mode to multiply. Okay, you can see that we've managed to create some spots in these areas. Okay, I reduced this value a bit and now it's better. You can see this side as well. I want to engrave some text on the front part. And I add a fill layer in this section. So I turn off the metal to normal and use high roughness. I add a black mask and select add fill again. I go to the text section and choose a text. This one is good. I want to create it on this part. I hold down the shift key and try to change the scale to make it smaller. Now it's okay. To make sure this text doesn't repeat through the work and only appears in that section, I select the None option here. Now you see it's okay. I change the text and, for example, type my own name. This name can be anything. I set the mode to soft light and I make the color a bit darker. Now I give it some depth by increasing the height a bit. I adjust the color again. And I add a warp filter to make the edges better and not too smooth. I add another filter and I choose the blur filter and use a very low value. I think this is good. Okay, you can see how good it looks. Now I want to create a shape in these areas. I add a fill layer here and a black mask. Then I add a fill again. I go to this section and choose the shape I want. I think this one is okay. I delete the fill and use paint. I apply this shape to the stencil section. Okay, I control the size. Yes. I can control its shape and form by changing these parameters. I'll place it in the center. Okay. Now by clicking, I can create this shape. I'll do the same for the other side. Okay, I'll set the mode to soft light again. And I turn off the middle and normal. I'll make the color a bit darker and increase the high a bit. Yes, now it's okay. I'll add a filter again and control the edges. Finally, I want to add the stitches. I'll create a layer and select this stitch from the brushes section. I'll change the size and I think this is okay. From this section, I'll change the color and try to achieve my desired result by adjusting the parameters. I think this color is much better. I'll increase this value and also increase the high a bit to improve the depth. Now it's good. I'll start adding stitches to all the parts that need them and create these stitches along all the edges. I'll stop the video to avoid it getting too long and we'll finish all the parts and come back. Okay? Well, you can see how I've created the stitches throughout the entire piece. And it's really good. Okay, our work is done and we've managed to create leather material with simple techniques. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and enjoyed it. Stay tuned for new videos. Don't forget to like and comment and share the videos with your friends. Until the next video, goodbye.